Carbitrage Podcast, episode 236. I am Eric Berger, joined as always by my co-host Ryan Sinitsky. Hello.
Hey, that's me.
Welcome back.
Hello. Hello, listener. Hello, viewer.
Listener and viewer. Hopefully we can get all the way through a video recorded episode again. I'm not sure why the system is blue screening today.
Should I get you one of those $70 computers from Free to fix this one? Because
I think it's
this one seems to be problematic.
The first crash, it's because I forgot to turn off the mining.
Okay.
And the second crash, I don't know why. But anyway, patreon.com/Carbitrage. I think probably not, but I'm not going to turn it back on until after this episode, just in case.
Didn't you had this issue before? I think it was like something with like how you had clocked the computer or something.
Yeah, there was an overclock on it last time, but
yeah.
like it rebooted and those default after.
Weird.
I'm pretty sure. It doesn't
totally
matter.
Weird.
Patreon.com/Carbitrage. On this fancy pants website, you'll find two open-ended levels of support for content consumers like you. I think I just had a mini stroke. To support content producers like us, Patreon.com/Carbitrage.
You got through it.
That's the thing. Moving on to beer. Okay, so there's a lot of mythical creatures on this can. There's like koala, cat, happy, angry, thorny head, bunny butt guy.
It's like it's a bunch of installations, and then one of them is like a cat with like a angry face and a happy face at the same time.
Like constellations.
Yeah, there we go. I'm putting him on camera.
So it's
right
called
now.
Yodelweiss.
That's what it looks like, right there.
Okay.
But then if you look over here, there's a fun. You can't really see it on camera.
Is it the froggy guy?
Yeah, there's like a little lizard with like wings and like 3 eyes, and then there's like a little like corgi goat thing. Yeah, there's also the owl, the Yule owl with the third eye. They all have third eyes, so it looks like, except for the bunny cyclops.
So we're drinking Illuminati the beer.
Yeah, it's called Yodelweiss Dunkelweissen by Bauhaus Brew Labs.
First impression, very good.
Yeah, I got it out of a advent calendar from Ones and Barley's.
Like a regular advent calendar or like an alcoholic one?
Ones and Barley's does old beer advent calendars.
Okay, yeah.
So
I was going to say, I'm like, if Church has recommended good beers, I might be inclined to go back to them. But they don't.
I guess I don't really know. I've never been to one.
Oh my God, is it because you're Jewish?
So one of the reasons I love my job is like they do like a bunch of like little inclusivity things that like they're not like overtly like, hey, let's like pander to Jewish people. Mm-hmm. But it's just like little stuff like when they said, hey, just so you guys know, you have Christmas Eve and day off. You also, and the following Monday, and you also have New Year's Eve and day off. And I'm like, that's cool. And then below it, they had, in parentheses, the dates. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, this is great, because I don't know when the fuck Christmas is. Like,
dude, it's like, are you coming to Thanksgiving? I'm like, when is that? I'm like, well, it's Thursday before this. I'm like, when is it?
Well, for me, like, so just imagine, think of, like, all these, like, weirdo, like, Christian holidays, like Easter and stuff, where, like, shit's close.
Yeah.
I don't have any concept of when Easter happens.
To be fair, I don't either, and I was raised in the church
that
came up with this bullshit. So.
Yeah, I've got, like, no concept, no idea of even when it should vaguely happen.
Spring, I think.
I guess.
I don't know.
There's a whole thing, I think it's, like, March or something, the first, like, Sunday in March after Palm Wednesday. All Saints Tuesday or something.
It's like
I don't
before
know.
Or after they scrape ash on their forehead and walk around.
Yeah,
I don't know,
it's weird, and like
I don't like it.
I know it's vaguely around a Jewish holiday. I don't know which one, because there's a lot of them.
We don't have tasty food associated with our holidays like you do.
Yeah, we have.
I don't know why I'm grouping myself into Christianity anymore.
Well, because it's where you grew up.
Yeah,
like
I am wearing.
Yeah,
a
or it's
sweater,
like at least vaguely I can I know like what to expect. A matzo ball soup, like at Seder, okay, and then you get and that's also where you have the yummy fried chicken, and then you have like the latkes for Hanukkah. Like you have the different foods for the different holidays, and then you remember when the holiday is.
Well, I mean, yeah, we have like the Thanksgiving. Yeah, there's a typical meal, but beyond that, and that's not even religious. That's just because Christopher Columbus liked to rape people.
Yeah, but it's not like Christmas. Like, oh yes, Christmas. It's when we eat like spam,
Just get plastered.
I guess like you guys eat like your eggs that you leave on the front lawn in Easter.
I don't know.
Easter's a day in which everything's closed, so I go see a movie and I go to a Chinese restaurant.
These folks that bunnies don't lay eggs.
I don't know.
Somebody's going to have to do it.
Yeah, not going to be me, though.
Anyway,
so I'm not having that fight.
It's my family Christmas tonight. So
oh, fun.
I'm
That's why you
starting.
I'm
in this terrible, awesome, very cool customized sweater.
Wow. Oh, I love that. It looks like it says Joda.
Jada?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But just because it's...
I know. I'm pretty sure Tanya found it on a Facebook ad and just drop shipped it to me.
I love that.
It's
That's
adorable.
pretty great.
So
Wow.
It's so tacky. I love it.
Well, thanks, Tanya. They've made both of our lives better.
Ryan gets to sort of look at it even though it's too big, so it's
it's fine. That's how a sweater's supposed to fit. If you have a sweater that fits normally, you just look fat in it. Like you could be gaunt.
I look fat in everything. But Ryan, I mean, it's okay.
But I mean, like you could be like 100 pounds and 6 feet tall and have like a perfectly fitting sweater, and you'll still look like you're 130 pounds. Like it makes you always look like you have got more weight than you do.
That's the extra cheer that we pack on for the holidays.
Like whenever I put on a sweater. Like, I always look like I'm 30 pounds heavier. Like, it's just how it is.
Extra bulk. Our eyes work that way.
Yeah, whereas, like, if I have, like, a sweatshirt where, like, sweatshirts fit loose, like, it look normal. Like,
fair enough.
Anyway, so, did we talk about Patreon yet?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Let's talk about Neo.
Okay.
And if you guys remember from 6 months ago, Neo's...
Did we talk about the Ion Neo? Or was it
No, we talked
else?
about their really cool dealerships in China.
Oh, yeah.
In Eastern, like, East Asia.
That's right. They were killing it.
Yeah, like, they were just, like, totally eating Tesla's lunch. And they made like a pretty cool like Model S competitor, which I wasn't like okay because like the Model S, I'm not a big fan of mid-size cars. Either go full size or get small.
Model S is huge.
Yeah, but I mean it's still like it's considered mid-size though.
Really?
Yeah, I know it's weird. Mid-size cars are huge these days. But like, if you're just gonna get such a big car, just get a full size.
The size of a 40s aircraft carrier.
I know, like just get an actual full size car. Like, just be done with it. Get yourself
get a Rolls Royce.
Get yourself an S Class and be done with it. Like, yeah, or a Rolls Royce, exactly. But yeah, the 2023 Neo ET5, 483 horsepower, 516 pound-feet of torque, 4.3 seconds 0 to 62. Comes to a stop at 111 feet from 62 miles an hour.
I want to see a. Why am I blanking on this? To the John Davis show. Motor Week.
Motor Week, yes.
I want to see like a vintage Motor Week where they go through all those same tests in one of these.
That'd be great.
Welcome to Motor Week. I'm John Davis.
The ET5 on standard range battery, the 75 kilowatt hour battery, does 342 miles of range.
That's really good efficiency.
Yeah. 100 kilowatt is 435 kilowatt hours. Yeah.
How are they getting that kind of efficiency?
But wait, there's more. Would you ever like to drive to Chicago and back on one charge for the most part? With the exception of stopping to like literally eat?
Well, yeah, I mean, bio brakes.
621 miles with their ultra long range battery.
How many kilowatt hours is that?
150.
Holy hell.
That's really good.
It's going to be so heavy. This is going to weigh so much.
I mean, if you saw the horsepower figures, like, it doesn't matter.
I guess.
Like, the performance is there. It's got autonomous driving, which... And it's got...
yes, you've convinced both of us, Neo.
Yeah, something called Aquila Super Sensing, so I don't know what that is. And then Atom Super Computing Systems. So
are they going to put these all on like vinyl graphics on the door at least, like the 80s turbo Japanese
cars? I really
cars?
hope so. But I basically assume all this means is that like you can talk to the Chinese Communist Party directly from your car.
Okay.
They'll monitor everything you say, I guess. I don't know. But I guess all that stuff is like a service. It's $105 a month, so you can just like...
Ooh, yikes, that's a lot of money.
But I also like that like it's just there, and like... I kind of like that like it doesn't cost extra. Because then like if you're just like, you know what? I want to like go on a road trip with my super long range battery. I guess I'll pay for the lane sensing. And then if you're like, I'm not going to use the lane sensing because I don't really care about it for like, my 5-minute commute to work.
Yeah, as long as you can like leave it off and then you just decide you need it one day and then you have it for 30 days.
It's kind of cool. Like I kind of like that you can turn it on and off. And it's like it's there. Like that's a good way to go about it. It's not like heated seats where like
oh yeah, BMW.
You have to pay for the heated seats and then you have to pay for this. Like it should be there just standard and then you can pay for it. And that's like it only goes for a few things. I don't think that should go for that should not go for standard luxury items like heated seats. But like for like extra fancy stuff like self-driving, like lane assist, stuff like that, like then I can understand paying for that.
Sure, and a lot of those are subscription. I think even like FSD is what Tesla
Also,
calls
I think
it.
something that's also very interesting about that being a subscription service is they can probably just turn it off. Like if it turns out to be like hugely problematic.
There's 3 woof woofs outside. Sorry.
Ooh, I see. But yeah, so no, it's actually really cool. It's got a 10.2-inch instrument cluster and a center screen because they know
That's actually not egregious.
I think that they know that the center screen will probably be problematic.
Interesting. Hopefully they're easy to replace and inexpensive.
And I bet that the instrument cluster is separate from the center screen because they're like, well, the instrument cluster does a completely different job. It's a different manufacturer.
You see, it doesn't appear to be a separate piece on that car. And in the older cars, even though they are separate devices, they are paired, so they must be replaced at the same time.
I feel like Neo probably is looking at Tesla's problems.
I hope you're right.
Yeah, because like their whole thing is like they're just eating Tesla's lunch and just doing everything that Tesla does but better.
Can we get a car, an electric car, that uses knobs, buttons, and switches and like 2000s grade LCDs?
Yeah, that's what I would.
That would be good.
That'd be really nice. However, I will say, all things being said, it looks amazing.
It looks nice.
It looks really great. I like how they put the self-driving sensors on the roof, and it kind of looks like a little vent.
Looks like a roof scoop on an old
yeah,
Subaru.
like it's really cool, and it's got like a giant sunroof. Like I'm kind of here for it. It's all really cool. It's got the same stupid door handles that Tesla uses. I hate those.
I like those.
But I mean,
oh no, you're right. This has the Model 3 and Y version.
Yeah.
I hate those.
Yeah, I really hate those a lot. But I mean, overall, it's pretty cool.
S handles are good. I don't know if I like that butter yellow car.
I like the butter yellow.
The color, sorry.
I want the butter yellow. That'd be the one I want.
I mean, I love people ordering cars in colors, but
yeah, no, I'm here for it.
Okay, it's better than gray, silver, black, or white.
Yeah, no, I would kill license plate says like Kerrygold or something.
Are these coming here?
I really want them to, but it's entirely politics or problematic.
I hear you.
It's the same reason why I really don't want Vladimir Putin to invade Ukraine for like at least a year and a half.
Oh, after that, it's fine though.
As long as I get myself a Premac Teos, like that's all I care about. Like, invade him once I get my car. Like, I want my damn truck. That thing's so cool. I'm like, yeah, no, like I accept.
You're just closet always thinking about this thing.
I am. Like, I really want the truck. Like, I've thought about it more times this week than I thought about Janice Buick. Like, and I really like the Buick. So, like, I spent a lot of time thinking about it. Like,
that's so amazing.
I should get a ticker, and every time I think about the Premac Teos, like, click it. And if I think about it for more than 10 minutes, I'll click it a second time. But like, I think about that truck a lot.
I mean, it is very cool. It's a Jimny that we'll be able to buy.
Yeah, well, assuming Vladimir Putin doesn't invade Ukraine.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah,
Vladimir Putin, not yet.
I know he's gonna be a dickhead and try to do it. Like, it's like telling Hitler to not be a dickhead.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
he's gonna be a dickhead. But like, let me get my Premac and then be it, because there's a difference. He doesn't own Premac.
Right.
He doesn't own Gaz or
Uaz.
Uaz. Sorry, not Gaz. Gaz is a luxury. But
Gaz Chaika.
yeah, he does not own Ural Autozam.
I hate words. Like,
That's what UAZ stands for, Zero Autozam.
I guess, is it?
Yeah.
Oh my god. What? Okay, I'm glad that somebody's drunk enough, or they found an acronym for it at least.
Yeah, all the cars that have AZ in it means Autozam.
Is Lada an acronym?
Lada is actually the export name.
Okay.
I forgot what theirs is called. I'm gonna have to look it up real quick. 1 second here. Great radio. I'm just totally blanking.
I'll pull my next topic. You get back to me as soon as you find it.
Yeah, I'll have it here. VAZ.
Vaz.
Vaz. What's V for in Vaz?
I don't know.
I think it's a Volga Autozam. I think.
That could be.
Because they're named after.
Oh yeah.
The manufacturing plants are named after their geographic locations.
Oh, so it's like Pontiac.
Exactly.
Okay.
Kind of, yeah. Yeah, because they had a whole bunch of different ones. So they had like Zaporizhzhia Autozam in Ukraine and Zaporizhzhia, Ukraine. They had Lutsk, Ukraine, Luaz. Palati, Russia was the original AutoVaz. But yeah, so all their
I've glazed over. Where's the Premack Patriot coming from, or Taos coming from?
that would be
That's who it was?
it's UAZ, so
Okay.
you're autism.
All right, very fine. All right, do you remember? God, it was probably 10 years ago when Hyundai Kia went from a company we don't really care about all that much to poaching Audi's design people and BMW M's motorsport people.
About 15 years ago, yeah.
Yeah. Well, Albrecht Biermann, the father of the best 90s and 2000s BMW products, it was their best era, like it or not, for being an actual performance car.
Mm-hmm.
The guy that brought us the N division, brought us the G70, brought us the Stinger, Genesis Coupe, however you feel about that, he's leaving. He's finally retiring. So he said he's going to stay on as an advisor, but we all know that that's going to mean bad things for the enthusiast leanings.
Staying on as
Hyundai
an
Kia.
advisor is just a really good way of saying
I'm going to get paid.
I'm going to get paid for people to not listen to me.
Exactly. And we already saw that with the Conan,
Yeah.
which is auto only. So you had a great run, Hyundai Kia. Congratulations on making really good performance cars for the last 5 years. But
Wait, so he retired?
yeah, he's
Oh,
retiring.
he's retiring.
Yeah. He's leaving the industry entirely.
This is
so.
the thing, though, is I think that Hyundai Kia have enough talent from. All they really need to do is just poach that one guy from Porsche that's keeping them afloat.
That would be really good.
That'd be the
actually.
only thing they need to do.
You know that guy at Porsche is so upset right
I
now
can't
too
remember
because
his
everything
name.
weighs 5,000 pounds.
I can't remember his name,
I don't know.
but he's the guy who made the 7-speed.
The Porsche Doppelkupplung des Getriebe.
No, the 7-speed manual.
Oh,
Because
okay.
he hated that. He hates,
Oh,
he hates the,
okay.
he hates the
PDK.
PDK, whatever it is. But yeah, they literally make the manual because of the guy that designs the GT2s and GT3s.
Yeah.
Mandates that for his employment,
Oh.
he requires that they make a manual
Well, good.
for him to continue working there.
And
And once if they will not make a manual, he will leave. That's literally his employment clause.
I like this man.
This guy's great.
I want to buy him several beers.
He's a
have
great guy.
discussions.
You
Is
should
that-
actually look into him.
I kind of want to now.
Um,
And he's probably the reason for the new 6-speed too. Then I mean, the 7-speed it
yeah.
still exists, but they made
he's
all
the
new
guy.
6-speed.
Yeah,
for
he's
the
the guy
GT3.
that for the GT3, the guy that made the manual for the GT3. He's their designer for all their performance cars.
So I'm guessing he doesn't work on the Maersk project.
No.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Hyundai Kia. If you can get that guy, just promise
What
to
is
make
his
all of your
name?
vehicles manual, and then
Not Hans Metzger. It wasn't that one.
no, that's the father of the old plain bearing IMS Flight 6. 911 Turbo GT3s.
His name will come to me at 2:00 in the morning, and
That's
he'll
fine.
get a phone call.
I mean, you're right. Hyundai Kia has a lot of good momentum, and we've even seen it in their EV division. We just looked at the Ioniq 5. That thing is gorgeous.
And the thing is it's not like Nissan in the 90s where their performance cars are a liability. Their performance cars for Hyundai and Kia are actually making the brand better.
Mm-hmm.
They're actually leading the brand. As far as public perception goes.
Well, and they're
say.
getting people into their dealers that otherwise would never
Exactly,
consider
and
it.
these aren't cars where they're losing money on them either.
Right.
These are just little things. Just hey, just use this exhaust instead of that one, and put in this sway bar. It's small things. You're not changing the world. It's not like you're making a dual cam twin turbo V6 that nobody can work on. And then cost you millions and millions of dollars, and now you're totally upside down on a car that nobody wants to buy.
I just wish we had gotten the G70 wagon before they ditched the manual,
Yeah, that would have been really cool.
because that's a really nice looking car.
But I mean, even with I know that you're. Trust me, I will take a manual over an automatic any day. But I feel like my tolerance for automatics is much higher than yours, because
You're aging.
I think it's more because I realize I don't care about performance that much. It's a very nice thing to have.
Well, performance is better with the auto.
Well, in
Driving enjoyment is
driving
not.
enjoyment. I appreciate that there's two ways to enjoy a car. You have utter luxury, and then you have lots of good fun with a manual.
I still say that the
And then-
Phantom would be better with the 6-speed.
It would be better. But also, there's something to be said for having dumb fun, which is taking a $700 Camry and doing dumb things with it.
Oh yeah.
That would be the automatic kind of fun. Would be
Well, yeah,
dumb
but
fun.
if you found
I
a
will
$700 Camry that
I will take
happened to be
good
a
fun
manual,
over dumb fun any day. But
what you're saying is automatics are better because the used versions of them are cheaper.
I'm not even saying that. I'm just saying that I can understand how somebody could enjoy an automatic. I just personally don't really subscribe to that. I get where you're coming from with it, but for me, it's just.
Well, I has a sad. So Albert Bierman, though, he's a G.
He's a great guy. I just think that. Also, I think my other issue with like being more apathetic about like manuals and automatics with modern cars is I don't care about them that much.
Well, I mean, I'm kind of in your same boat, and my qualification here is manuals are almost all gone.
Yeah.
And EVs are so damn good.
Yeah, like I'm just like so, like, if there's like most modern cars I want are EVs at this point, which
automatics will never get the pass card for me. If you want something with 2 pedals, get an EV.
Yeah, that's fair. It's totally fair. Like, I totally get where you're coming from. But, like, I'm just also like, this is fine. Like for me, like the boat, like the cars that are available automatic only, the boat is like so far gone from port for those cars, for me to like legitimately want them. I'm just like, okay, like unless it's like a Rolls Royce or something, which is like way too luxurious for me to care about like driving it.
Yeah, that's one of those things where like, well, all right.
Yeah, like, I'm just like, okay.
The Phantom is a great car, I will say.
Whatever the Ferrari Portofino or whatever it's called.
Yeah, okay, can you keep track of, like, okay, modern Ferrari is like Lincoln when they went to the MK monikers. Like, I can't keep track of anything right now.
I have no clue.
I have no idea what any of their models are called.
Yeah, none of them are special. No. Not one.
Nope.
There's not a single Ferrari. I think the 458 was the last one, right? I could have said...
Nothing's beautiful.
That's the last one I could have said, that's kind of cool. And, like, even that was that's kind of cool. That wasn't, like, every time I saw a Ferrari, like a 458, I think the last Ferrari in the era where I said that's actually cool, I think it might have been a 360 Spider.
Oof.
When it was new.
Sure.
It did not age well, but trust me. Well, like...
Correct.
Literally...
Just like oval sunglasses.
Yeah, like, it was the last time that I saw a Ferrari, and I actually, like, in era went, that's cool.
Yeah.
Was, like, when, like... Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2 came out.
Yep.
Like, it was like...
And that's how they sold us the cars, yeah.
It was that long ago. And, well, they're still trying to do that. Like, I still had to sit through sitting in a freaking Ferrari Portofino on Forza. And it's just like, okay, can I be done with this so I can get the chicken suit, please? Like, I don't want to drive this car.
Where's my Primoc Taos?
I'm literally in this vehicle so I can get the chicken suit outfit for my driver. That's all I want.
Oh, my God, dude.
Get me out of this piece of shit.
I'm not surprised.
Like, yeah, I understand. I care about it. But, like, that's something, like, so apathetic to, like, automatics. Like,
I hear you.
People are so upset. I'm just like, I don't even care. Like,
I will be.
There's so many other issues that a manual cannot save this vehicle. Like,
true. And my apathy is growing as well for the reasons I've just mentioned. So, I mean, yeah, I'm much less fervent about it now than I was 5 years ago.
Yeah. But, 5 years ago, you're insufferable about it. Like,
well, I still am.
Well, because that's the thing is, you are reaching the point that I was at 10 years ago, where I was totally apathetic to, like, new cars. Like, that literally, it was like...
No, I'm just talking about automatics.
Well, I mean, like, from automatics, like, my apathy level, like, because I was, a long time ago, was much more for, like, manual only. Like, manuals are better. I will fight and say, like, manuals are objectively better transmissions, but... Like, I'm just like, it's not worth my willpower. Like, it's just not. Because, like, if they took a manual out of a Mirage, I would probably fight about that.
See, that's how it is for me on every vehicle that loses its
But there's, like, a manual out of, like, a 350 or 370Z. I don't care about a 370Z
I'm
already.
not gonna buy one anyway.
Yeah, I don't want it. I don't care about that.
Because I'm going to use those transmissions to swap shit in the future.
That's true. But I guess, like, a better example would be, like, a manual out of, like, a Jeep Wrangler. Like, I'm definitely not going to care about that. That means nothing to me.
I almost bought a 6-speed JKU. So.
But, I mean, like,
before I bought the FJ.
Well, it's just you were looking for a truck, though. And you didn't have the Primoc Taos on the horizon that's about to just shit all over Jeep if it actually makes it here.
And it comes with a manual. Oh, yes. So bad. I thought it was confirmed. It's coming.
I know, but it's also Vladimir Putin.
Oh, like, I see what you're saying. Okay.
I really don't think that truck will make it here. And I'm so upset. And why I'm so anxious about it is I want that truck so bad, and geopolitics are going to get directly in my way. Like, I'm
par for the course.
I know. I'm just so frustrated. It's so bad being a Russian car enthusiast. It's just the worst.
The shit I hear that comes out of your face, like it's never the same thing twice.
No, it's
never anything I expect.
New sentences that like are entirely plausible that nobody's ever said before. It sucks when you're a Russian car enthusiast.
Things have been said in the Russian language, but not English.
Yeah, no, that's the first time anybody said that, uttered that in English.
With the forwards R.
Yeah. So let's move forward into something that's happier.
Oh my God.
The Citroen Ami.
That little guy.
Yes, they have a new concept. It's a buggy. So they made like a little beach buggy for Ami. It's not quite a dolly, but it's still really cute. They took the doors off it. They gave you these little half doors. And they have little headlight covers and like the tiniest little light bar.
Oh, he really wants to go off-roading.
Yes, it's very good. I want it quite badly. I like the guy that's inside of it, like just sort of a sense of scale, how small it is. Oh man,
I love that this is a road legal vehicle that is in production right now.
It's amazing. Like France is so much better, and like this is so silly. Like if this was automatic, I'd be okay with it. Like because
luckily
it's, just
it's
so
electric.
Silly.
So
yeah. But as I'm saying, it's like it's so silly. Also, I like that the seats are numbered, seat 1 and seat 2.
That's so you can fill out your collision report from the fatality more easily.
For when you fly out of the car. I'm sure it actually probably does fine on crash tests. It's
probably.
So, and it's the EV. EVs seem to like, as long as you don't get electrocuted, you're fine. But it's such a fun little vehicle. I want that so bad.
The 800-volt Volkswagen
insulation
failure?
Yeah.
I see.
Once they have insulation failures, that's when you have a problem. Like, I love in the stock photo number 3 that they have here, that they have the door open. Like, the dude couldn't just, like, step over the door. Also, it's got the world's tiniest spoiler, and they have a spare tire mounted to the panoramic sunroof.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, that seems safe.
It's so goofy. I love this.
It has a fanny pack permanently affixed to the steering wheel.
It does. You're right. It's the only car that's ever come with a fanny pack.
How can you do that with an airbag? That seems like really sketchy. What if you put metal in there? I don't know.
I'm very curious. You know what I bet it does? Is it probably flops straight down.
It looks like it's removable because in their cartoon art or whatever, it shows the lady wearing the Citroen badged fanny pack.
It says awry or something?
Probably Ami.
Oh, that's exactly what it says, yeah.
Yeah, which is French for friend.
Oh, that's a good name for
I know,
this car.
Citroen friend.
It's got a key. Like a key that goes into an ignition tumbler that you turn.
I like that. I like that a lot.
That's amazing.
I hate these fobs, man. I hate
fobs. Are horrible. This is a perfect vehicle. God. France makes...
It's a very good vehicle. I have something that I'm going to show you later that I believe might be even more perfect than this.
I just think it's such a good vehicle, but I'm here for that wacky little adventure vehicle.
I love that
so
thing.
Cute.
It's just accessorizing for the sake of accessorizing.
I would totally drive in a Me. Like, that's like the form factor that I need.
I don't even think it has a heater, but I don't care.
No, I'm pretty sure it does. It has yeah, because it's France. It's cold in France.
I guess. I've not seen one of those. Oh, yes, I have. Okay, I've seen it with the doors.
But, yeah, I think, again, a Me would be, like, a perfect car for me. Because, like, I'm looking for the smallest form factor of EV possible for running about.
Yeah.
I've got a gasser.
For the driving you do, would be perfect.
I've got a gasser that drives, like, here.
Mm-hmm.
And I have, like, an EV
you
for,
could
like...
drive an Ami here. No,
yeah, I know, but I mean, like, it's just, like, comfort. Like, I can, like, go do more than just a direct drive here and there.
And you can make whooshy turbo noises.
Yeah, and, like, but, like, I have my, like, I'd have, like, my little Me for, like, going to go get Indian food or go do my Christmas shopping. You know,
go get some ingredient for crepe.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I could do all these, like, fun things.
Could fly the white flag of war.
I would not get ingredients for crepes. I would just go to one of the Vietnamese French bakeries that are around St. Paul. Have you ever been to any of those?
Probably not.
Oh my God. If you've not had Vietnamese French food.
I am not very cultured.
It is fucking mind-blowing. It's so good. It's everything that you love about Vietnamese food and everything you love about French food all slapped together.
Ow.
It's so good. Like,
rip headphone users, because I'm using headphones and that hurt.
Like, you know, like banh mi's? Like, that's Vietnamese French.
Yeah.
It's like one of their many delicious items. But there's a French Vietnamese bakery on University and I think Victoria or something. But it's like halfway.
It seems like a weird combination of like cultures.
But if you think, well, it's because France colonized Vietnam for like hundreds of years, so that's why. And it's so delicious. And a lot of
So why aren't we getting any like super cool Vietnamese cars?
Because Vietnam only makes motorcycles.
That's true.
For Honda.
Why don't we get any like super quirky Frenchish Vietnamese motorcycles?
I feel like that would be something that, you know what, if I ever need to like claim asylum from the United States, Vietnam's like for a long time been on my list, but don't worry, I will do that. Okay. I will move to Vietnam and start up a little French, European style motorcycle shop.
And while you get started, you can grab one of these bad boys. The Wuling Hongguan Mini EV Cabrio.
Oh, I'm here for that.
Which is $4,400, brand new, has a 105-mile range.
Oh my
God.
God.
It's just the most adorable, tall, bright lime green, soft top, K-car looking thing ever.
This is a Honda City, a AA City convertible. This is so. Look
how
how
small
9-inch
those
wheels are.
I know.
This is so cute.
I love this thing. I would
Look at
voluntarily
the dude
drive
inside of it. I want this. It's like you take a Honda Urban E, you take a Honda City, and then you take a Citroen Cactus.
Yep.
You put them all together, and then you give it the form factor of a Smart. And that's what this is.
Dude, this thing it's a bathtub.
It's like a cross between a Bauer 2002 convertible and a Scion XB, but on the
size
scale
of a K-car.
Yeah, this is amazing.
I really like this.
What a machine!
I wish we got stuff like this here.
Good God, why is China so good at this?
I don't know. Clearly, they're just checkmating us on
I
our.
really wish that China's government didn't. There is a direct correlation between the shittiness of a government and the quality of their vehicles.
Actually, yeah.
There's an absolute correlation.
Because, we made some really good stuff in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
Where we had the worst government ever.
Yeah, but when we after World War II, and
true,
we made really good. I guess because that's our government sucked after World War II.
Immediately after World War II, we made good stuff.
Yeah, but I mean when America had shit together government wise, as far as taking care of the environment and everything, our cars sucked. And England, their cars suck.
Oh yeah.
Their
cars still suck though.
I guess Norway. Or no, sorry, Sweden. Sweden doesn't matter. No, Sweden doesn't matter because they're still a monarchy. So, monarchies don't matter.
Okay, all right.
That's fair.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to follow along, and then this shit gets the wrench thrown in my gears.
I'm trying to think of exceptions to this rule because okay, but they're not really a democratic government. But Russia, they make the best off-roaders. They're horrifying. Chinese cars. They have no civil rights.
Russia's still just making a copied Willys Jeep 90 years later.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and it was a really good off-road.
Narendra Modi is a horrible piece of shit.
So is other Modi.
Yes, both of them are horrible pieces of shit. But the Royal Enfield motorcycle is great. The DC Avanti is great. The Tata rally concept they had was great. India makes really cool cars.
Good Lord.
Vietnam, I guess I like them as a government, and they make no cars, and that's probably my favorite government in the world right now. So it's really seems to track.
I hate that. That does kind of make sense.
France made really great cars during De Gaulle, which is the worst era of France. Japan, they've never admitted to any of the war crimes they committed, so Japan does not get a pass. They make amazing cars. South Korea makes terribly boring cars for the most part.
Well, they do now that Albert Bierman left.
But I mean, just historically, they've generally made pretty terrible vehicles.
Well, not terrible, but boring, yes.
Yeah. But that makes sense because they've got a pretty reasonable government.
They do. Yeah, you have Samsung.
You know what? I'm convinced of this. Oh, Iran makes the Zamyad
Z24?
Yeah. See?
No government, best truck.
Yeah.
Even though it's a knockdown of a Mazda.
I'm wondering I'm sure that the Kang Seng 88.
Oh my God.
I wonder if that's still in production because North Korea has one of the worst governments.
That's the 190E, right?
Yeah, I'm sure they still make a 190E in there. Totally. There's a direct correlation to how shitty your government is.
That was one of my favorite episodes we ever did.
Where we did North Korean cars.
Dude, it wasn't even just that. It was all the the badged models that were like the same vehicle sold somewhere else.
Yes.
Just like, what the hell? Like, combine that with the North Korean cars and the special editions.
Yeah.
Like, all that together.
There's like so many like weird things. Also,
if you want a crash course in how fucked up cars are, boom.
Oh, here's another really good one. Spanish cars
Yeah.
under Franco. Really cool cars.
All
They
right,
made a combination of Italian and French cars made in Spain.
Cite several examples.
So they had like Seat came
Yep.
out of that.
Okay.
They had a bunch of like weird little voitures,
Voiture?
mini French cars. What's the small version of car in French? Voiturette.
Voiturette.
Yeah, that.
Okay.
They made a bunch of Spanish homologation versions of that in that era.
Okay.
So you get all these like little tiny cars of like 30 horsepower, but they were like a blast to drive.
Sounds like an IME.
Yeah, exactly. That's what an AMI was a Voiturette in English. Brazil, Jair Bolsonaro, and like all of their governments have always been disgustingly awful in every way.
How the hell do we have no knowledge overlap? Just like
It's
none of this
amazing.
shit.
But so like the Brazilian government has historically just been horrible, and they
Still is.
make like really cool trucks.
Are
So
they
like
still making the Sentra?
no, that
Okay.
was recently discontinued.
Okay.
That also correlated with the Mexican government actually becoming less corrupt. So there's a correlation with
all
that.
right. All right. Oh, so we want cartel era cars.
Yeah, exactly. But like in like Brazil, they made like really cool. Like you could get like up until 2001, you could get an FJ40 with a BJ15. Yeah, a BJ15 like Toyota like cab over engine like flatbed tow truck,
Weird.
diesel non-turbo engine.
This
and
is just like Cuba if they could manufacture stuff.
and look at Cuba. Cuba's got nothing but 50s cars and Lottos. It's great.
Yeah. It's
There's,
all.
there's an absolute direct correlation between the quality of your cars and how shitty your government is. I will never be unconvinced of that because I've always said that all the Axis, everybody that lost World War II, the hardest, made a equivalently great car.
Yeah. Well, because they had to.
Yeah, because all right, the French objectively lost World War II harder than anybody else. Like they got their ass kicked every step of the way, and then they had like a puppet government installed that had its ass kicked by the Allies. So like France got like kicked in the nuts, and on their way up got kicked in the teeth by like the British because like they had a Vichy government.
And as they're like rolling through consciousness in their farm field, they're like,
And then immediately after World War II, you get like the Dachauvet, and you
Dachauvet.
get the SM, and you have the traction Avant getting even better, and you have
when you sent me that 2CV a couple weeks ago, 18 grand is a lot of money.
it's a good price.
I know it's not
Price
bad.
is right.
I know it's not bad, but what I would have to sell to buy a 2CV?
Makes sense.
No, I'm not selling my M5 to get a 2CV. I much prefer the 339.
As I'm imagining in my head like how Hip always tells me he's like, you have to lock my doors when I'm driving the POW because girls always jump in my car and ask for a ride.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining like every guy,
We all hop in Michaels.
every guy, yeah, exactly. Every guy in the world like buys like an M5 because they're like, I have a sexy, cool car.
I
and
do-
then
you know
nothing,
me. I do
nothing,
not
I know
drive
you're
that
not.
car
But I'm
around
just thinking of
women,
every
but-
other guy.
Yeah.
But like every other guy is like, I have a sexy car, and
It's
like
a dude magnet.
yeah, like, and you have nothing but like sweaty like versions like talking to you
Talking at you.
at you about your car, whereas like
I-
you have some guy with a 2CV like having to like hold his top shut. So, the girls are trying to like roll it back so they can hop in the car.
You're not wrong. That's just why I have the 124.
But yeah, French cars are great.
They are. And
So is this. Look at this. This is amazing.
dude, it's a combination of like a French Japanese idea made by the Chinese, and it's just perfect. Even the soft top looks good. Like there's a picture down a little bit further here.
I know. I saw
with
this.
the top up.
I'm looking
like,
at the soft top right
it's
now.
it's a brown top with like a mauve car, and I'm like, I
really
like it.
I like how the soft top, like, it's obviously just like a shitty soft top.
Oh yeah.
But like, I actually like how it looks like that.
Yeah.
I like retro soft tops. Like soft tops, like, because every soft top's gonna suck.
Yeah, but not as bad as a hard top. Fucking a retractable hard top 20 years on.
They're
Pass.
awful.
Pass. Like just dealing with the soft top in our R129, I'm like, I'm so glad it's not an R230.
Yeah, and like honestly, like I was just thinking about like this is like much more similar to like a Volkswagen Cabrio than it's like than it's like a Mercedes like C-Class like convertible.
You'll be able to maintain this top.
Yeah,
that's why I bought my 124 instead of a Z4M.
This looks like a reasonable EV. That's what this is. As I'm a big fan of a reasonable.
$4,400 equivalent, cheap. And it's a 105-mile range.
It's so cheap.
It's excellent.
It's amazing.
It's perfect.
So
it's just a happy little guy.
Let's move on to another EV that's made in a country with a good government that thus made shit cars, but owned by a manufacturer from a shitty government, so it was actually a good car.
Oh, you were just talking about this. So it's an
exciting, shitty car. And what it was the Nissan Bluebird or Nissan Stanza 5-door. Now you're thinking I'm going to say Nissan Stanza Wagon,
That's what I was thinking.
Because the Nissan Stanza Wagon was actually Nissan Prairie, sold as the Nissan Stanza Wagon, but they had a 5-door liftback, which was actually a wagon.
This is an 80s Model S.
But was not considered a wagon in America. It was very confusing. You can see why nobody bought these.
Well, it's not a wagon.
Nobody knew what the hell it was.
It's a 5-door hatch.
Yeah, but there's no way on earth you're going to market this to anyone ever, because nobody knows what the hell you're talking about.
They still don't know.
No.
People get ass mad when I call that thing a hatchback.
Yeah, no, it's actually a liftback, but I guess you can call it a camback if you really want to get into it.
The Model S, I meant.
Oh, the Model S?
Yeah, it's a hatchback.
It is a hatchback, yeah.
I know. People are like, oh, it's a sedan. I'm like,
no,
no,
the whole window lifts.
Yeah, the whole thing is a hatch.
If the window lifts, it's a hatchback.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, correct. Yeah, and there's no division of space either, so it's like, yeah, okay. Hey, sorry.
This would be called a camback, though.
I will take your word for it. I believe you.
A camback is like it's like a Scirocco or something where you have a tiny, or a BMW 318 Ti.
Okay.
Where you have a tiny trunk that cuts off abruptly. That's a camback.
Well, in that case, that would be the same thing as my car. It's a tiny trunk that cuts off abruptly.
Yes.
Oh my God. Okay, continue with your story, please.
You can be a camback and be something else. I know, it's just bad.
I love semantics, but this is too much.
I had to figure this out because
of course you did.
When I was working at Good Karma, there was a lady that was going to bring in a Volkswagen Dasher.
Okay.
I had to ask her which car she had, because the Volkswagen Dasher, she had an issue. No, she had an exhaust on it, and there was a different muffler between the wagon, the hatchback, and the camback.
I believe you.
And I went, what? Like, what the fuck is a camback? And I had to look it up. And there's a wagon where it had a vertical D-pillar.
Sure.
They had a hatchback, which was the 3-door version. It was about 8 inches shorter and had a vertical D-pillar.
Okay.
But then they also had a 4-door camback, which was a wagon but with a tilty back window and like a 1-inch like piece of bodywork between the window and where the tailgate was. And so I had to describe this to like a 70-year-old lady. They had no idea. She's like, I just have this old Dasher and I love it. I'm like, you don't love it that much.
I have not seen a working Dasher in
ever.
Over 15 years.
I've never.
Oh no, there was one on my peninsula growing up.
I can guarantee you have never seen a working Volkswagen Dasher.
No. There was a working Dasher on my street growing up.
Okay. All right. I've never personally seen one in my entire life.
There was also a Vanagon that was there when I was born.
That's very cool.
And it did not move until it vanished one day. I'm assuming it got scrapped.
Probably. That sounds like a Vanagon.
Garbage.
So anyway, talking about different cambacks that aren't that, let's talk about the T12 Nissan Bluebird, which was made in England, actually.
Oh, no.
Their Sunderland plant. So I said it's a car made from a place of the reasonable government. I guess it's Thatcher England, so it kind of sucked.
No. This lady's not for turning.
So yeah, actually, no, this all makes sense now because Thatcher sucked. But yeah, so it was made in England, and it's actually
the plant, apparently.
Yes, it's the 35th anniversary of. Yes, it is a Leaf plant. You're correct. It's the 35th anniversary of the Sunderland plant in the UK, and they decided to take basically a Leaf powertrain and stuff it into. I know, I said I know.
I know.
But but they stuffed it into a T12 Bluebird that they'd made previously. Not this year, but they made it previously.
Is it? Is the powertrain stuff out of a Leaf?
Yeah.
Nice.
It's all Nissan stuff, but it's entirely modernized. So it's kind of like the Hyundai Grandeur. That's what it was called.
Grandeur.
Yeah, the Hyundai Grandeur concept, but now it's a functioning Stanza wagon because I guess people care about Stanzas now. But I've got like 2 friends that are gonna be really excited about this. But it's really cool because not only did they just put an EV like power plant into it, they also like modernized the way the car itself works. They get like LED headlights and they like a backlit emblem on the car.
I love the weird like fluorescent paint too.
Yeah, the paint, they gave it a super 80s paint job. I guess I should mention that.
I was gonna say that was the first thing I noticed when I clicked on your link.
But I also love that it's got like still 1980s tires on it because it's got like 175 series tires on.
Well, I'm sure it's fine.
I'm sure it's probably a riot to drive.
Was the original Stanza Camback, whatever this is, was it front wheel drive?
Yeah.
Is it still front wheel drive?
I assume.
Okay. I assume.
No idea.
I like the picture, the one I have on the screen right now.
With all the lights?
Yeah, it's like light painting. That's what we did with the Z8 with Bellis down here.
Yeah, Kuba does it. Like every single photo he has ever done in his life is light painted.
Are these the HKS colors?
No, they're not. They're just bright colors. HKS colors are oil slick, so it's teal and purple and black.
I really like the neon green.
Yeah, this is a good color combo. But I love that they gave it like a little leaf like starter switch thing.
Mm-hmm.
But the rest of that it's just 80s interior. It's great.
That looks so tacked on.
It looks pretty bad.
I wonder what does the tack do?
Wow! Look at the trunk. The trunk is just a giant battery pack.
Oh wow, that is not well retrofitted.
Listen, it's Nissan. They have no money. It's amazing that they can afford to do this.
Is that the instrument case that Carlos Ghosn was in earlier?
Yeah, that's how I got him out.
Okay,
actually.
all right.
I assume that's how they're gonna.
Wow, yeah, that is a dirty Leaf retrofit.
Yeah, they just stuffed a Leaf.
This is what my first EV swap's gonna look like.
Yeah, this is it. This is great, and Nissan did it. I'm 100% here for this.
I think the factory radiator's still there for the cooling.
It's so cool. Yeah, it is there, and it's like a half rad as well.
Oh my god.
It's the coolest thing.
It is, but the battery compartment eats 80% and 100% of the functional space of the boot on this thing.
Absolutely. But I will say, have you ever seen a Stanza Camback that is this clean? I've never seen one.
No, God, no. The fact that this car made it.
Yeah, never mind the sketchy EV swap. Like, this is just, the fact that it exists is amazing.
It has to be the only one. They must have pulled this from a museum.
It had to have been. Like, I've been actively looking at like Stanzas and stuff.
Blubsky's cousin. Oh.
Yeah, it's like Blubsky's cousin.
Yeah,
you're right.
Yep.
God,
Mercedes would
so
roll over
cool.
if they saw it.
I'm so into this car. Like, I love it, and that pink's actually really just a great shade of pink. I just think this is the coolest thing in the world. I love it. But yeah, it's called the Nissan Bluebird Newbird.
Oh my god.
And I have to say that in a British accent.
The Nissan Bluebird Newbird.
Oh god, I hate that. But
Scott says you should get your Fiat wrapped in 80s colors.
Ooh, that actually sounds like a really cool idea.
Or like a 600 Abarth Rally livery or something.
I've been thinking about like doing like livery stuff on the Fiat because it's quite boring the way it is right now.
I saw somebody post it wasn't an off-the-shelf green, but it was a really nice metallic green E39 M5. And I'm like, I kind of want to wrap mine in a color because like silver is so boring.
That's also the E39 M5. Like, it's
awesome
supposed to be. It's supposed to be boring.
I know it's an understated car, but like silver.
No, it's not that it's understated. It's just it's supposed to have a boring color. I'm not gonna give you the compliment of calling it understated.
No, because like they did.
Germany's had a hard on for not having paint on their cars forever.
But you get them in Dakar yellow and Imola red and.
Did you see the guy on Oh, I guess you didn't. Because you're not in that group.
No, I got banned years ago.
Yeah, I know you did.
Okay.
He was talking about his first BMW. He's this older guy, and he bought brand new, like the best spec E36 I've ever heard of. Is a 318 Ti, Imola red, with a black interior, I think.
Okay.
Limited slip rear end.
Yep.
And manual.
Nice.
That's a great spec E30. This is peak E36.
Especially if it was like a like a 96. The one year they offered like the M Sport package too, which had the M3 bumpers and all the other nicer appearance stuff.
That'd be really cool. But I just love the fact that it's on like a 318 Ti, and like I also like
the 96 318 Ti's. You got like the bus fabric, like
M
Sport stuff.
Everybody like clowned at me for liking the 318, but like it's like aged to a point where I can say this like it's actually my favorite E36 is the 318.
I agree with you because it has an E30 rear suspension.
No way, I didn't know that. That's actually really cool.
TIs are all E30 in the back.
I like how I like the awkward rear end, the cam back. Oh, that's cool.
It is. There's almost no E36 DNA in the Ti, which is why it's good.
Okay, so that's probably why I like it.
Yeah.
Because I don't like the normal one. That certainly does absolutely, literally zero things for me.
318 Ti Californias are extraordinarily rare. Not as rare as Bauer E30s or 2002s, but I would say there's fewer than 100 in the States.
Bauer 2002s are classic BMW.
Those fucking do not exist. Man.
I saw one in Rancho.
I mean, yeah, you know what I mean.
I saw one.
Yeah.
Just one.
Yeah.
But, like, it accentuates the bathtubness of the 2002 in the best way.
Oh,
like,
yes.
I love that. Like,
I've
always thought, like, the 2002, the only way this can be made better is you remove the roof. So it looks like more of a wash.
There is, and I can attest to this, having one that hasn't moved very much. It does not have enough structural rigidity to not have a roof. You're going to very much want a hard top E10. But, yeah, no.
You get an NSU. I wonder if an NSU TT is more rigid. Because NSU made a convertible that's more ubiquitous than the 2002.
See which one weighs more.
Ooh, 2002 for sure, but
they're like 1,600 pounds.
NSU's a 3-cylinder.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, don't mod either of them because they're gonna break. All right.
Well, I had no delusions of making it fast, so don't even worry about that.
It'll be fast. It's a slow car fast.
Yeah, no, you just enjoy it. It's a car.
It's like a Citroën Ami. It just doesn't matter.
Yeah, no, you just enjoy the car. And you lock your doors.
Oh yeah, if they still lock.
Yeah, and assuming the locks still work, just lock them.
If you take a corner too hard, it might actually tweak the door to the point where the lock won't work anymore.
Oh, no.
I don't know.
That actually happens on Volkswagens.
Of course it does. This guy was just chiming in. Like, apparently there was a recent Reddit thread about people's lack of faith in Volkswagen being able to make a reliable EV powertrain.
With good reason. I have no faith in them doing that.
I don't think he tuned in for our Taycan Cross Turismo piece where we talked about the fact that they were going to make biodegradable high voltage wiring.
Exactly. It just like
kill people.
Electrify
Sport Turismo, whatever. I don't care.
Electrify bicyclists.
As soon as they take the transmission out of that car, I will give it the time of day.
I will not. Until I see one. It'll be about 30 years from now when I start going, okay, that's kind of cool. I actually made a reliable car. But it's going to take 30 years.
Maybe.
Because Volkswagen has like spent all of their goodwill capital they've ever had with any company.
What's going to happen to all these cars that require LTE connections when they drop out?
Oh, you'll be screwed, I guess.
I saw something about it earlier this week where like there was a concern about some vehicles that had 3G internet hardware and like the fact that it won't work at all next year.
No.
Like the early Model S was 3G. Like
that'd be hilarious.
Are they just going to stop working? Like what's the deal?
Y2K for EVs?
Yeah, but it's not just EVs. Like a lot of cars have like personal hotspot bullshit like the Chevy MyLink and all that other stuff.
And also like the coming Premac Teos.
That is 3G?
No, but it's got Wi-Fi hotspot.
Well, yeah, but it's probably LTE.
Yeah, but 5G is going to be
knowing Russia.
5G is going to have a problem.
It's a Chinese double DIN.
Yeah,
that's got a cell modem in it. You just chuck that in the trash and you put in an Alpine.
We have not added it. Don't worry. We're going to do
2022.
Yeah, our first episode in 2022. We are going to be doing the Modi Awards, and then we'll switch up our
Premac Taos.
Yeah, Premac Taos will just be. It'll just be a Premac Teos.
Maybe. I mean, I think if we go to you can see the chimney back there on this one.
I'm concerned if I really don't want Vladimir Putin to invade Ukraine. I've never been so.
I love that you don't care at all about the invasion, but you want.
No. Hang on. All right, I should preface this because I probably sound like a dick.
No, that would be a first.
I admit that he's going to do it. I just want him to wait a little bit because it's an inevitability. Okay. He's going to be. Because he's completely deranged. He's totally going to do it, and nobody's stopping him because we live in an upside down madness world that should have ended in 2012. But nobody clicked the off switch because the Aztec weren't around to click the off switch.
Yeah, but we had Coney.
Yeah, which he's still around.
Yeah.
And went absolutely nowhere. But
Oh my lord.
no, I think that it's a inevitability he's going to invade Ukraine, and it's really shitty.
Ukraine is weak.
And I really think that people should stand up for Ukraine, because like Ukraine like totally is in the right here. Like fuck that Vladimir Putin. They make a great truck, but as I said earlier, there's a great truck does not mean a great government.
So what Ukraine should do is they should start a vehicle company if they don't already have one, and it should be a knockdown of the Jimny, and they should ship it to the States.
No, it'll be terrible, because it'll just end up being a Chevy Traverse, because Ukraine's great.
Oh, they have a good government?
Yeah.
Never
Vladimir Zelensky's a wonderful president.
Damn it. Okay, don't do that then.
Scott's like, what? Neo's good in China. Exactly. We had a whole, like, half of the episode was about this.
Yeah, I was going to say, you must have tuned in late. But yeah, Ryan has this, it's like Top Gear back in the day, where like when Ferrari's racing cars are good, their road cars are terrible.
Yeah,
and then vice versa. This is like if a country's
government
government is in good shape and doing good things, their cars suck.
Yeah.
But if you just got like molested by a world war, you make the 2CV, which is amazing.
Well, that wasn't even because of that. It was because of de Gaulle. Like, because you had like a military lunatic being the president.
Your comments are ruining our episode. We already covered all this.
Right now, Ferrari's bad at both. Well, Ferrari theoretically has a perfectly good government, but they're just corrupt.
You mean Italy?
Sorry. Same thing.
Where are you flying to?
Actually,
I'm taking an international flight to Ferrari.
You know why I did that? Because the minister that's in charge of Italy's like climate initiative of like going green.
Okay.
He's an ex-executive from Ferrari's racing branch. So like it's like
that's like the separation of church and state here. It doesn't exist. The separation of Ferrari and Italy.
Yeah, it is the same thing. You fly to Ferrari, like, Ferrari world.
You look at their international airport 3-digit code, it's probably FER.
Also, a perfect example of going back to like our topic from the top of the episode, Argentina.
Yeah.
Literally the reason that Persang exists is like the worst reason. It's because like Nazis would send their cars there before the war, and then they just wouldn't pick them up. And there'd be some guy that's just like, well, now I have to take care of all these Bugattis, and all their owners are in jail or shot or hanged or like the Nuremberg trial to be hanged. And now I'm just stuck with all these cars I now have to maintain, so he just made whole new cars out of them. So that's where Persang came from. And there's, like I said, there's a direct correlation between the shittiness of a government and the quality of the vehicle.
I mean, I can't. Yeah, I was gonna say the Nürburgring. The Nürburgring trial, Scott says. No, I mean, the Nürburgring came to be under Hitler.
Like I said, there's a direct correlation between the quality of your car and the shittiness of your government, and it's not like a good thing by any means.
No.
But like it's a real thing. Like because
so why we didn't get a repeal of the 25-year import rule with Trump makes me irate.
Oh, because he was awful.
Well, I know, but like,
I don't know why
that should have been like good for cars though.
No, because Republicans aren't no better than Democrats. It's like this is the thing with like politics is like.
But that was a bad government, so like.
Yeah, but this is the thing.
I want my have on time. That's what I'm getting at.
The thing is, the government with the American government, what we have is we have the aunt that always says she's going to take you to Disneyland, but something keeps coming up.
I like
this.
You told me
this is Disneyland, and you have the uncle that says we can't afford to go to Disneyland, and then you find out he went without you, and that's Republicans. Like that's what you have. You have the aunt that lies to you and the uncle that's like too real. Mm-hmm. And they both suck for different reasons. But anyway, let's move on to your final topic.
I have one final topic, and it's not one from the internet. It's from me. So let's see here, Tuesday it was. I am an old man. I follow a really, really strict schedule when it comes to when I go to sleep, when I wake up.
I know, yeah, you're horrible.
Long story short, I was in bed at 10 p.m. Central Time. I hear an engine revving outside. Like, you know, the kind of, like, stuck engine noise that I had to investigate.
Stuck revving. Yeah. It's a different noise.
It is.
Yeah.
Because it it exists in multiple instances with like a certain lull between where somebody tries to make a change.
It's panicked revving. It's panicked revving with no load.
And yes, and it was especially panicked after I opened up my cameras on my phone when I found out that the Amazon long wheelbase Dodge ProMaster that was turning around in my driveway had flattened my do not turn around sign. I had to completely get dressed, go outside, wait for this dude to get out of his ProMaster. I point at the sign. Did you yell at him? No, I did not.
Oh.
And I have a full recording of the entire conversation. The guy's name was Mike. He was driving van number 32. I feel a little bit bad for everyone doing those deliveries because that is a horse crap job.
It's a shit job, but he also shouldn't have gone to your driveway. There's
Correct.
a sign.
Correct.
It literally says.
Very clear.
There's a reason that sign's there.
Very clear.
Because you'll get stuck.
After that, I'm like, is there a number I can call? He's like, call Amazon. I'm like, there's no number for Amazon. Who can I call? He's like, you just have to go to the regular support.
I called Darren. Darren calls Daddy Jeff. Jeff Bezos takes his dick rocket, flies to your driveway, and then unsticks the truck for you. Gets back in his dick rocket and flies back home.
Is I offered to help the man get the vehicle unstuck after getting his name and the unit number. So what he had me do was get in the Amazon van while he pushed it. So I have now driven a Fiat ProMaster Amazon van.
How is it?
Which I don't think is copacetic with their rules. I'm pretty sure it's not cool if a civilian gets into an Amazon van and drives it.
Doesn't matter.
It's really high up. Visibility is pretty good. The gear shifter is not great, and it's mechanical up on the dash, which I wasn't expecting. But anyway, I backed it out very easily by slowly rocking it and not losing traction. Later that evening, after Mike had gone his merry way, wasn't even for a delivery for me, mind you.
Oh!
Yeah. Just turning around in my driveway.
What a dickhead.
Yeah, and that was one thing I had to go through several times on support. Like, oh, what order was it from? I'm like, he wasn't delivering to my house. The dude just wrecked my property. So, got through after, like, okay, they wanted to just, like, put in a request and have somebody call me back. I'm like, no, I want to deal with this right now.
No, we're doing this right now immediately.
So, an hour and 20 minutes later, after going through 3 reps, which were progressively getting more and more irate.
You're now getting closer to my time to go to bed.
Yeah, it was well after 11:30 by the time I actually got to sleep. But I finally got a claim submitted. I had a reference number. I get an email back yesterday morning. I had given them receipts for everything I had, which was the aluminum pole, the signs, telling them that the signs were riveted to the aluminum poles and they could not be reused because they were riveted, and an hour of my time, which I value at $75 to replace this thing.
That's fair. Huh.
I received no response until they emailed me saying, we have received your request and we've agreed to the $30.62 for the sign post. The signs can be reused. We are issuing your check now. I'm like, I do not agree to these terms. You didn't factor in sales tax. You didn't factor in the signs, which I can't reuse, nor did you factor in my time to replace this when your driver damaged my property. I have received no response at this point. So if I receive that check, I will absolutely be filing another claim. This isn't the first time Amazon has flattened my sign. I know they will pay me out. I had it done last time. I got $220 last time.
Yeah, I think you need to raise your rate. Because you also have to think of your time for...
Well, I did. Like, I gave them the actual cost of the things that were there, plus my time.
That's great.
But now I need to, like, charge them for my time to deal with their shit-ass system. But anyway, the irony of somebody flattening my no turnaround sign while turning around is just palpable.
That is amazing. That is absolutely amazing.
And the dude was just like, he was hopping mad that he was stuck. Nice enough guy.
I feel like we know enough people that work at Amazon. You could probably get Jeff Bezos' private phone number and bother him directly about that.
But I do spend like $200,000 a year on Amazon because I use my personal account for work.
I wonder if he... There's got to be a Jeff Bezos at Amazon.com email or something.
I doubt it, but...
I'm just wondering how high you can take this up the food chain.
I don't know, but again, if they mail me a check for $31, I will absolutely be wasting all of their time.
You know what you could do is you get a ticket for his dick rocket and complain to him for like 3 hours nonstop on his dick rocket about how mad you are about them flattening your sign.
I'm undecided on what I'm going to do yet, but if you guys want to see the full uncut thing with the audio clip, you can go to YouTube and search 4.5 degrees. I made a YouTube channel for my front street, and you can check it out.
Why did she call it 4.5 degrees?
Because that's the slope of the street that people fail to get up. You know, like the 11'8" bridge? Yeah, 4.5 degrees. Yeah, if your tires are that bad where you can't get up a 4.5 degree slope. Anyway, thank you all for listening.
4.5 degrees on YouTube. I'm going to subscribe to that.
Have a good holiday season, and we will catch you guys next week.